Hello and welcome to Phyre's LEGO Reviews. Today we're going to be looking at the LEGO Star Wars set number 75327, Luke Skywalker's Red 5 helmet. It has 675 pieces and it retails for $70 in the US. It was released in 2022. So the front of the box features Luke's helmet in all its glory. This is a fantastic looking display model and I'm really excited to build it, and the artwork on the front really shows it off very well. We've got the LEGO logo on the bottom with Star Wars, Disney down there. The back of the box features the LEGO and Star Wars logos on top with a different angle of Luke's helmet, so you can see even more of the detail on that helmet, as well as some scenes from the actual movie where Luke is wearing this helmet. And we also have the dimensions of the helmet displayed. Something that I just noticed is that usually when they do the dimensions of this on the back of the box, it's kind of an outline of the set rather than an actual image of the set, and this one features an actual image of the full model, not just an outline, so that's kind of interesting. The top of the box features the LEGO and Star Wars logos again, with the name of the set, Luke Skywalker, Red 5, with the Rebel logo, and Star Wars again underneath. We've got an actual size picture of this plate, which is part of the detail on the helmet, and I think this is actually a stickered piece, not a printed piece. I'm pretty sure they do use stickers on these sets, from my memory of the ones that I built before, and it does look even like from that image that you can see the outline of the sticker on that piece. So kind of interesting that they would use a stickered piece to demonstrate the actual size of the piece, and not, a more interesting piece. I don't know if there's any printed pieces in this set. I think there might be a couple, so it might have made more sense to include one of those, but they did not. They decided to go with a sticker piece for whatever reason, so just something worth noting, I guess. Nothing too interesting on the bottom of the box, just some kind of legal information and stuff, a barcode. Same thing on this side, nothing too exciting. We've got the set name in a different language here and some other languages with more legal stuff. This side of the box is where we get some really nice things. So we've got LEGO Star Wars and a front-on view of the helmet again. And it says right here at the bottom, Helmet Collection. So obviously this is a series of sets that LEGO has done with LEGO Star Wars with the Helmet Collection. All right, and opening this set up reveals that it comes with 4 numbered bags. We've also got a sticker sheet as expected, and indeed there are those stickers that I was talking about from that piece on the box. We've also got 3 of these yellow tube pieces, and I checked and there's actually only supposed to be 2 in the set, or at least only 2 are required, and it's a very big piece. So I'm not sure if this was an extra piece included on purpose or if I just happened to get an extra one in my set. I have gotten a couple sets recently, not Star Wars, but other sets that had missing parts. So this is indeed an extra that was not supposed to be included. I guess it's kind of a good thing, or a way that LEGO has not intentionally, unintentionally paid me back for some of those missing pieces I found in other sets. And then we've got the instruction manual here with the nice black background. The back of the instruction manual just has the Star Wars logo on a black background and the Disney logo down here. We've got an advertisement from LEGO about feedback. We've also got the standard parts list here in the back. Looking at the front of the manual, we've got a little bit of information about the helmet and the movie that it appears in. And it's kind of a little message from the creative director of LEGO Star Wars. Some pictures, more pictures from the movie. And then we've got the same information in other languages here. And then we've got our standard page showing what each of these different bags builds, how much progress is made after each bag. All right, here is the progress after bag 1. So this builds the stand and, the basic structure that's going to hold up Luke's helmet. A little bit of detail starting for the helmet, or at least the interior of it. So just a comment on the base. All of these helmet sets have the same identical base. They're even consistent across the Marvel and DC superheroes helmets and heads that have been done. So that's something that I really like, especially specifically with Star Wars. The fact that every single helmet series model has the exact identical base, the same build, the same look. It's really nice to have consistency across a series like that. Just to quickly show you a look at the bottom, one thing that might be different across sets is those 4 1x1 tiles. In this set, it is orange, representing some of the accents of Luke's helmet. But of course, you know, when this is on display, you can't really see those. Just a neat little detail they threw in there. This stand, once you go up from the base, it's a lot taller than stands for other sets. Normally you get to the build, you know, somewhere in this area. But because this helmet is not a full-faced helmet, it necessitates a different design. So it's an open-faced helmet, which is going to have some kind of emptiness and blankness on the inside, so this has to be built up taller. There is no front of the face, just the goggles for the helmet that are eventually going to be there. So a little bit different once you get up past a certain point. And then we've got, you know, again, some beginning interior section of the helmet that are going to feature some connection points and stuff for the details that are going to come a little bit later in the build. Here is our progress after the second bag. So some of the top and rear of the helmet has now been constructed. We've got the beginning of the red and white stripe down the middle of the helmet. This is the rear of the helmet, of course. And then just some white detail, you know, sculpting around the top of the helmet is all that was really added here. You can see the rest of it is still empty, waiting for more components to be added on. So lots of fun builds in this bag. You know, doing the sculpting is really interesting. It's not something I really do on my own or anything, so whenever there's a set that has sculpting like this, it's really interesting to see the different techniques and how it all comes together to create that 3D shape just out of Lego bricks. So really neat there. I'm excited to see how this continues to come along. Here is the progress after the third bag. So we've now got some more detail on the front with the goggles, as well as the top of the helmet and the back side of it. So, you know, really just more detail being added. This is the third out of 4 steps with the bags, and oh, that is not connected all the way, or at least it wasn't. But yeah, one thing I did notice that was a little bit of a struggle on this bag, and it was really just my mistake, my error. But building these parts down here, there's a section where you have to turn it around and upside down, and I was only flipping it upside down, not turning it around as well, so I actually put some of these on the wrong way in the first time trying, and when I attached it to the model, it was wrong, and I didn't realize it until I was doing the other side, so I had to take this back apart and fix this side once I realized my mistake, and some other pieces kind of fell off as I was doing that. So that added to my overall build time and was a little bit of a frustrating fix that I had to make. But other than that, yeah, everything looks really good at this point. I can't wait to see the sides of the helmet as they come in. Another thing I wanted to mention before I go on to the next step is that attaching these yellow tubes, now these are kind of, you know, they're flexible, but they're kind of rigid tubes at the same time. You know, they are flexible, but they kind of, you know, tend to want to stay straight. So when you first attach this, the piece that it's attached to originally tends to kind of want to come up, but then you put these pieces on top here to kind of hold it all in, and it seems to be pretty stable from there on out. But when you're first attaching this, it's not going to attach flush to the piece below it, or at least it didn't with me, because of the material that these tubes are made out of is trying to kind of pull it back upwards. So but once these pieces are added on top, it holds it all down very well, and I haven't noticed any issues with it coming back up. And then one final thing with these goggles, so I found interesting, is that you put these pieces on and then attach the goggles, and then after they're attached, you put these little side pieces on with the extra detail for the goggles. I'm not really sure why they did it that way and why they didn't just have you build the full goggle thing all itself and then attach it. I make note of that because when I was doing the repairs on the other side, I actually had to take the goggles off, and they all come off in the same piece, and it's really easy to attach them, fully constructed. So I'm not sure why they had you only build part of it, attach it, and then finish it while it's attached. I think it's easier to actually put these pieces on when you're just working with this, separately rather than, pushing them in upside down. But it is what it is. So, yeah, that's our progress so far. Here is the completed set after the fourth and final set of bags. And I do apologize for there is some dust that has accumulated on this, since it has actually been a while since I completed the set and filmed the last segment of the video. But other than that, we'll just get right into it here. So the last set of bags built the side panels of the helmet, as well as the chin strap and mouthpiece for like the radio communication. So all of that is complete now. We've also got this really nice padding on the interior. Of course, it isn't actual padding. It is hard plastic Lego pieces, but of course it represents the look of padding quite well with the dark gray round bricks there. So yeah, really nice. And then of course we've got this plaque here that says, that it's Luke Skywalker's Red 5 helmet with the Lego Star Wars logo. So yeah, one thing I want to make note of, as I always do, kind of disappointed with the stickers, and you can even see now, since there has been some dust that has accumulated on this, I tried to wipe it off as best I could, but the stickers already just in, a couple months time really of just sitting and collecting dust, have already started to peel back a little bit, and some dust has gotten underneath them, especially in these rounded ones that are, really kind of hard to place exactly. You can probably see there some of the little pieces of dust, and just, the fact that it's kind of, not really sticking all the way, that's a really disappointing drawback of stickers, especially on a set that has printed pieces like these ones up here, and this round plate on the side here. Why they would combine stickers and printed pieces in the same set, especially a premium adult aimed 18 plus set. At this point we should really just be having printed pieces exclusively in sets like this. So that's a disappointing aspect, but as far as the looks of the helmet itself, I mean, it is really fantastic. It really recreates the look of Luke Skywalker's X-Wing pilot helmet very faithfully in Lego form. The goggles look fantastic. All the details and the padding and all the shaping around the outside, like, all of it looks amazing for what it is. And I know, like, a lot of people, when this was first announced, were a little bit skeptical of it because it was going to be the first, like, open-faced Star Wars helmet. And, there's been a mixed degree of success with those types of things with the, like, Marvel and DC character helmets. So fans were a little bit, concerned how that might look. And even when the pictures first came out, there was still some skepticism, but I have to say, after building this and seeing it in person, it's probably one of my favorite helmet series models, even though it does feature the open face look. It's just a really fantastic look, tons of detail, super accurate. There's nothing that really stands out as like a negative as far as the open face look. Like, I think they did the stand really well, and it looks fantastic all around. So yeah, this is probably one of my top 3 probably helmet sets that has been released so far for Lego Star Wars. So I'm really impressed with it overall. I would give this set a 9 out of 10 easily, with the only point really being taken off is for the stickers. Everything else about the set is pretty much flawless as far as the design of it and everything and the looks of it. Really fantastic set. This set took me just over 1.5 hours to build, all in all, and that averages out to about 8.4 seconds per piece, which is right in line with my average among all sets that I've built recently, 8.4 seconds per piece. So a pretty average build for me as far as level of complexity and the amount of time it took. So, that's just another interesting thing I like to note when I do these reviews. But yeah, a really solid set. I would highly recommend it if you're a fan of Star Wars. Personally, I am going to display this next to my 2013 UCS X-Wing. I have some of my other helmet sets displayed next to other UCS sets that would, kind of pair well with those helmets, like the Boba Fett helmet with the Slave One, etc. So yeah, if you're a fan of these helmet sets, and if you're a fan of Lego Star Wars and the 18 plus type sets, I definitely recommend this. And even if you're just a fan of Luke Skywalker and the X-Wing in particular, if you just have a specific maybe collection of that, this is definitely a set I would highly recommend. There's very few flaws about it. Again, the main thing just being the use of stickers, which I really wish they would phase out of these 18 plus style sets. But yeah, so if you have any questions, comments about this review or the set itself, feel free to leave a comment down below. Stay tuned to this channel. I will be posting more reviews in the future. Please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more. Until next time, see you later.